All right. So,
All right, let's get it.
Let's ride.
I feel like you gotta go like this. Let's ride.
nah, that was creepy, brother.
Yeah, I was about to
That
say.
was creepy.
You don't think her let's ride was not creepy?
do yours again, Marsha?
No.
Just do the hands. Well, no, you ain't do the hands. You
She
did.
sounded like she was gonna ask for $1. $1 per daisy.
Hey, how's it going, family? My name is Rose.
I go by the name of Don John, aka Eastside Donny.
And it's your girl Marsha, aka MM Dolce.
And this is Why Not Us, the podcast where we talk about the traits of successful people and how we apply those same gems to our lives.
Wow.
Let's get started. Was that good?
That was a good intro.
All right, cool. So the intro goes. Dun, 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 dun.
It don't though.
So you didn't find a song?
I got music.
No, he got music. Yeah, he told me that last week,
That's
so I
why
was just
you are
like,
a producer.
Okay.
that's why you sit in that seat.
Okay. Yeah, producer of the show. All right.
You know, this is seat number 3. This seat is seat number 3. So it goes 1, 2, 3. So I got the worst seat in the house.
Well, you got the house, so there's that.
That's true.
You want to talk about how you down bad?
Second round of laughing was the wine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, speaking of the wine. All right, so the wine that we have today is Santa Julia. So it's from Argentina, so I'm pretty sure that's probably not the way you're supposed to say it, right? Maybe Santa Julia.
Santa Julia.
Santa Julia.
So this is the featured wine for today. I hope you all enjoy it. Yeah,
We live.
We going at it. So
Yeah.
so this is the chance where we get to actually detail what the podcast is about. And I'm gonna let Don take over.
So Why Not Us is a podcast where we look at traits of successful people and essentially dissect it and apply those same traits in our lives, see where it makes sense, see where it feels right, and see how we can grow from applying said traits.
Yeah, so every single week we'll be bringing a discipline to you, and we'll also be talking about people that we've looked up to that have used the same traits in their journey to success, and how we can do the same thing.
Ro, I want to go ahead and jump into this conversation. I just really wanted to give the audience and the listeners a little bit of backdrop as to why not you? Why did you start this podcast to begin with? My first question.
Okay, so the reason why I decided to jump into this podcast and do this thing with you two, very talented people, is because it's like over the last couple of years, I found myself running into people that is like extremely talented on some level in the media industry, right? So myself, I honestly know that I'm an amazing writer when it comes to like rapping. So and then we can, if you want, we can drop a beat and I can go in for like 10 minutes, but we're not gonna do that this episode.
Okay.
So and then yourself, I noticed you doing your thing on Music Theory, which is an amazing show.
Thank you.
A lot of people can't do that, so it's
Right.
It was one of those things. And then Mrs. Dolce over here has an amazing YouTube channel, and then she wrote a book, and I've been trying to collab with people and create this conglomerate that that should have happened a long time ago, to be honest with you.
I like the word conglomerate.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
That
So
nigga got a high SAT score.
don't tell nobody though.
He do.
I can't talk. I say tribe instead of tribe, but my test scores are pretty decent.
Once you manage conglomerate, it's just the more different. You need more of a challenge.
It has
That's
to
what
be
it is.
3 syllables or more.
Yeah.
I got it.
The easy words you
I
stumble over.
Exactly. There you go. But yeah, so I was like, I just wanted to create a platform where we showcase the talents that we have with the resources that we have, because we've been using the traits that those that are in this industry or in this circle have been using for such a long time, and they've been thriving using the same disciplines. And they have time. That's the first thing.
Right.
And they have a team. And that's two things that we don't have, but we do have those disciplines. Mm-hmm. And I honestly feel like if we can showcase those disciplines and show people that we've been putting in the work and putting in the effort, then we can get to those places and get to those platforms that they are. So it's essentially like, why not us? If we have those same disciplines, then why not us?
So it seems as though it's very important for you to share these experiences because you want to inspire others as well. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that it's one of the things.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess so.
So on the road to riches, as J. Cole would say, like, as we're trying to get to the mountaintop, if what I want to do is I want to bring up the people that really wants to be brought up, you know. But if other people are inspired by the work, then that's an additional benefit of doing the work.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to, but if it happens, then that's amazing.
Just letting it be natural.
Yeah. So, I mean, we don't have a lot of people that's coming from, not that I know of, that's coming from where I come from, attempting to do.
And where is that? Represent.
Yeah, kind of.
Is it Duval?
No, it's
sir.
not. I'm sorry.
Sir.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong? What happened?
It's not.
We apologize.
It's not at all, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chris.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm from Dade County.
they're gangbangers.
Trail 5. Oh, excuse you.
Whoa.
Didn't even know it.
You know, the first time I went to a party in Gainesville when I was in college. I went to a house party. It was at an apartment, and it was packed. It was swole. Everybody was there.
Pre-COVID times. Good
Right.
time.
Yeah. So I get inside.
Those were good times. So
The first thing I hear, Duval.
Yeah, those are the hoodlums.
And this is what they do.
Yeah.
You talking about gang signs.
Yeah.
I was
That's
petrified.
The
I actually have a similar
originators.
story back at Florida State.
You do?
Whoa,
They're
did
like-
you see the Okay, that's the Seminole thing.
Yeah.
FSU. That's the Seminole hand movement.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You trying to say that's a gang sign?
I thought you saw that. I thought we shared an experience.
No.
Okay, what'd you see?
What are you talking about? No, I was saying
Look at her face. She's like, hell nah.
No,
nigga.
what the fuck are you talking about?
Hell nah, nigga.
I was just gonna say those hoodlums caught me by surprise too. Like,
Oh, okay.
They were like, "Where Miami?" I was like, 305 crib.
Nope.
They said, "Where's Jacksonville?" Duval. I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
And you know the crazy,
it gets rowdy.
You know the crazy thing about that experience is I when I go I left Miami, but I was at that party, and when they said Miami, I was expecting everybody to be like, crib, because I'm from Miami, that's what I'm used to. When I heard that Duval shit, I was like, is that a part of Miami? That's the first thing I said, and it was like an experience, like it's something you don't expect.
Right.
You know, because
It's a lot. It's overwhelming. It's majority of the people that's in any environment in Florida. That's what I feel like. Whenever they're calling out rep your side, Duval's the loudest.
Well, you know what I think that's a testament to is the culture of the hustle from all of these major cities.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's something we all have in common. Like, it's where a lot of black people congregate and where we're trying to make something of ourselves. So it's very fitting that you start talking about where you're from, because that's where you get a lot of your pride from. So you kind of feel like you got the city on your back, your country on your back. Shout out to Haiti. See with your little flag right there. Show the camera.
I mean,
One time.
I had a song in my mind, but I don't know the lyrics to it, so I can't say it. I can only hum it. You know what song I'm talking about?
I do, but you're not going to shame us right now. You're going to cut that out.
Why are you here? Why did you decide to,
well,
take on this?
Well, when you introduced it to me, I was like, okay, from what it sounds to be something that's going to be helpful to myself and other people. So people are going to be able to benefit from the things that we're saying. And I feel like on a personal level, I'll be able to have accountability because of the type of podcast it is and the things that we'll be talking about. You can't, well, in my opinion, I don't want to talk about things that I'm not doing, so if I talk about them, then I can manifest them and make it part of my experience, make it a part of my routine, the things that we learn. So, that's definitely why. And also because I enjoy great conversation. I enjoy podcasts. I've done podcasts in the past, and I really just enjoy the process of that.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is, I have honestly been feeling like why not me for a very long time, since I was a child, because I've always felt like I was talented. What's up?
It smells good. I don't know. It smells new.
Smells like shipping and handling. Brand new microphone.
The wine is kicking in. I have been feeling like why not me for a very long time.
Me too.
Right? So I've actually been writing for a very long time. I've been writing since the 4th grade. I actually remember my first rap. It was 4th grade. It's when you in school, you gotta be cool.
Oh.
Raise your hand, don't act like a fool. You gotta be smart. You gotta be good. You gotta be ready in the school neighborhood. Don't hit nobody. Reach for your goal. Go to PE and swing on a pole when the coach say
Swing on a pole? Swing on a pole?
PE.
Swing on a pole.
Swing on the pole.
Yeah, he's
When the
from
coach
Miami.
says run in a lap. That's the end of my real cool rap.
Please tell me you were 3.
I was in the 4th grade.
That's too old. Nigga.
Yeah, listen, they wanted me to perform this.
What year were you born?
Every single 91.
I didn't mean for you to answer that.
Oh,
but
95.
no, 86.
Yeah.
No, that was some OG rap. That's why I say
Yeah,
that.
you started
Yeah.
with cool. Then you said
You
what
in
was
school.
expected afterwards.
Fool.
Gotta be cool.
And fool.
Sheesh.
Hand, don't act like a fool. But you ain't like the cadence? Raise your hand, don't act like a fool.
That was torture.
4th grade.
But that was a child's rap.
Yeah,
You know, it was a child's rap.
Of
It
course,
was the first.
Of course, at the end of this, I'm gonna freestyle for you guys, so you guys can see how
I'll do ad-libs.
talented.
Okay.
But since the 4th grade, I've been writing. Like
That's fire, bro.
I've been like, and I'm at the point now where I can just like those freestyles that I have on the HugeMove, except for 2 of them, those were written same day, and then I record them, and then I chop up edit them, and then put it on.
Right.
That's cute. I don't use pen and paper.
Oh wow,
Oh, it's all in your head, huh?
that sounds like a challenge to me. What you trying to do?
Can you do like a rocker style freestyle?
You heard it before the show. You over here. being fake. Real.
I'm trying to bring it back. You know what I mean? Like,
No matter what.
I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. I was trying to give you the shine.
But Rose, we both have that in common with writing. I've been writing since, I don't know. Oh, actually, 2nd grade, like this white lady, Miss Franco, rest in peace. I mean, I don't know if she died, but she was old, so I'm imagining she did.
2nd grade, you said?
2nd grade.
What elementary did you go to?
North Miami Elementary.
Oh, that's far from me.
So, yeah. And she, like, I got my first writing awards there. She was the first person that really affirmed me for, like, the stories that I wrote and stuff like that. It's just crazy because I've been writing all my life, and yet 3 years ago is when I finally decided, well, actually, 3 years ago is when I released it. It was even earlier than that. I decided, yeah, why not? Like, why not write a book? I was actually talking to a friend at Waffle House, and I was just like, I should write a book. Da-da-da-da-da. And I just happened to have the right person around me at the time to say, yeah, do it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then, here it is. So I think a lot of people are asking themselves, why not me? And I think when you actually have the audacity, is that the discipline of the day?
There you go.
Look at me.
At you with the bringing it back to the.
I got to keep these niggas on track. But I had the audacity to just say, you know what, I'm going to write it. Like, why not? And I just committed to writing it. And now I'm like, what else can I do? And so I think me joining this podcast with you both is very on time in my life, because now I'm starting to kind of get some cojones, some balls to really say, well, why don't we do that too?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your limit?
I actually started writing a book also 2 years ago. I didn't finish it. I stopped.
Can I give you some advice?
Before you give me the advice, I stopped because to be honest with you, and this is being real, I felt like I wasn't in a place to be worthy of writing a book.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I was actually, I was reading so many books at the time. At the time, I was reading How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham.
Did you say a bitch named Graham?
Benjamin Graham.
Oh.
And there's a couple of other books I was reading, and the narrative was so well, it was so you can tell that they sat down and thought about what they were going to do before they did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was free. I wasn't free. I had an idea of what I want the book to be about, and someone once told me like just start, and then it's going to come together. It's going to flow.
Yeah.
But it just didn't seem like the books that I was reading. Like
you
these
thought
people,
about it too much.
I did.
You were comparing yourself.
I
already.
did. I was.
You're trying to put something out there that isn't out there, so don't look at what's out there to do what you about to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, what I was gonna say as my piece of advice is write it for you.
Exactly.
If you write it for you without thinking about anybody else, and you're just like write it to your contentment, and with that, you can't be hard on yourself. You can't be like, nah, I'm not gonna say that because you're writing it for you. But if you write it and you like it, the chances are, like I'm telling you, like I have not met a single person, and I'm not like this is a shameless plug, but I literally have not met a single person that read this book, finished it, and did not like it. And I'm not even being boastful, but it's because I wrote it to my standard first.
Right.
So really, and I didn't have anything. I separated it by chapters, but I still didn't know how I was going to publish it. I just wrote it, and I wrote it in Google Docs. So that's all you really have to do. And it was a self-care act. It was a self-love act, and it really helped my confidence, and it helped me because I feel like, especially as a woman, like society kind of reared us to always be looking after other people, supporting other people. This was the first thing I ever did for myself. So that's what I challenge you to do, to get back to writing and just write it for you.
So did it help you heal in a way?
Hell
yeah. Is there any because I know, even when I'm writing my raps, although it's not a book, of course, I do it to vent. Like those stories are those. If you listen to the lyrics, they're true. Like I'm not making those things up. And it's it's extremely helpful with like
cathartic.
Right,
cathartic.
Exactly.
Nice word.
For me, it details what I'm going through, in specifics, in a way that I can understand it myself. Because initially, sometimes I may not be able to like answer my own questions until I write it out.
Right.
So like, was it like, in what way was it like helpful? Or
I'll tell you this, in the purest way, I just got to be myself. I got to just say what I wanted to say. Like a lot of the story, it really is off the dome. It's not really inspired by true life events by far, because I got some just crazy stuff going on in that book. But like, it just felt good to say what I wanted to say and not care about who was listening because it was already out. So it's like my voice is on paper, and now it's like now the struggle, if you will, is getting people to commit to reading it.
But were you like afraid when you like? Because I know not when you were writing, when you finished and it got to the point where you're about to like let the world.
Nah, I was excited.
No, you was
because I loved it.
Yeah,
I made sure, and that's why I give that piece of advice, because I loved it first. If I loved it and I'm happy and I'm thrilled, I'll tell you this is how I knew I did a good job. I had a beta reader. And if you don't know what a beta reader is, it's basically when you have someone that's going to read your book for the first time, give you feedback on it before you publish it. And sometimes after you publish it, it just depends. But usually it's before you publish it. And mine was also my editor, Tiffany, and she was eating it up as much as I ate it up. Because I knew I would eat up my stuff.
Right.
Pat yourself on the back all the time. But when she ate it up, my toes did gang signs. And that's honestly when you laughing, but I'm serious. And that's when I knew true joy, because I was like, this is a feeling I want to chase. I want to feel like this. Yeah.
I
want my toes to curl. Okay?
Right. My toes to curl.
No, get your head out the gutter. But no, I really want to feel alive. That made me that made me feel there's nothing like it. I gave birth when I wrote this book, and to see someone enjoy my child, and
Felt amazing.
Yeah, and I sold 100, and I think as of yesterday, like maybe 118 copies.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Let's go.
That's
Celebratory
fire.
moment. That's amazing.
And it has a 4.9 rating on Amazon.
Come on now.
Listen, I recommend you all read this book.
I recommend you read it.
I recommend. I'm looking at the camera to look at myself because I can see myself. Rose, you need to read the book. And
Definitely.
then isn't there 6 chapters available for?
are absolutely right. If you head on over to mmdolce.com, you can read 6 chapters of this 21-chapter juicy drama for the free ski.
Ain't that good?
Tell us the name of the book.
The book, again, is called Baggage Claim, A Life Story.
Ain't that good? You see how I
did that.
I see. I see.
To redeem yourself.
Thank you. You know, I've been practicing. You know.
Okay.
But did you have the same issue with music theory? Because I know when I started writing and it was time for me to publish those things, I did not feel like I was at the point audacious enough to put my music out on a platform for everyone to hear. And one of the reasons why is because I don't know how to mix or master, right? So it's legit. Like the music sounds like I'm just like recording on my phone, like my voice over the beat on the phone.
It doesn't though. It sounds better than that. It sounds like you put like a clean mix on it.
I
You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't tell. We don't have. I don't have the ears for that, and your common listener probably won't.
Yeah, that's true. But I do, and so for me, it's like I hear like because I am like very I'm
particular.
I'm a bitch about my art. Like I don't want to put it out and then someone critiques it and it's like because I know I ain't giving my all because I can't. I can only give you what I have the resources to do. So I didn't feel like I was worthy of putting it out. Like I should wait until I have all of the resources. Did you feel that way when you did Music Theory 101, or were you just like
fuck it?
The biggest thing for me was like the set. So I was like, well, damn, how am I going to have the set look? Like, am I going to get records and shit like that? So I actually found a crate.
A crate.
Oh,
I didn't
Like
walk
a milk
on
crate?
it. Yeah.
I didn't walk on it.
Yeah, but it was a crate full of like small records that my mom had in the closet. Because during this time I was transitioning from Tallahassee to Pensacola before I came here. And that was the only thing for me. Of course, I had some pushback as far as like, well, someone said, you know, you're an artist, so I don't feel
Stick to doing
comfortable.
art?
They didn't feel comfortable sending their music to me to review because I'm an artist.
Because you would like take it or like
I think this person was just a hater, honestly, because they've said things along those lines, and they were also curating events for other artists as an artist.
Some people won't see the vision anyway.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I was like, okay, well, this is how music theory started. I already was having people send me emails with their music.
That's nice.
They just wanted feedback.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So
would love that.
yeah, so I was like, okay, well, how can I create something to keep myself valuable, excuse me, and active? And that was music theory. Like, shit, you're already sending me records, and I can just go ahead and make it a show and do it live, you know, so that I don't have to just respond to email. I can actually have something going on.
Dope.
which is, by the way, an amazing show. He still have shows available on his Instagram page. You want to give him the deets?
Yeah, if you head on over to official Don John on Instagram, you can see all of the good stuff there.
Yeah, and what's so inspirational about the show is that it's good, like it's really good, and it's unique. It's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a personal, interview-ish version of what's that show that used to be on 106 in Park?
106. They had 106. They had Rap City.
106. It reminds me of like an interview-ish version of that.
That's fire.
You know, where you can like play the person's song and then be able to have a conversation with the person.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. And also, I want to say, like, it's also a good platform for people because a lot of times your friend's not going to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? If they not your friends for real, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully your real friends will, but, you know, a lot of times they just don't know how, you know, so I like the fact that artists can come and get real feedback because I'm going to tell you, like, this is what I like about the record. This is what I don't like.
Oh, that's nice. So you keep it constructive.
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. That's the whole basis of it because it goes back to the email. Somebody sends something, I tell them exactly what I like, exactly what I don't, how they can improve it if they decide to take that, and it's all coming from my perspective, of course. So I don't know everything, but people come to me for a reason, and I've noticed that. So it's a good space for that.
And hopefully we get to produce it here. Hopefully,
we will do something.
Fingers crossed.
We'll do something.
But before I ask you the next question, I want to make sure that our fans, our family, are able to hear the next commercial. So,
Peace, family. It's Don John, Eastside Donny in the building. You already know what time it is, and we just created a podcast for everybody out there who loves podcasts. You want to check this out? It's called Why Not Us, and we couldn't have done it without the help of Groove Studios. That's right, Groove Studios just opened up to the public, and you want to make sure that you tap in with them if you're in the Atlanta area and need podcasts, recordings for audio, video, whatever it is, content management. They got you covered. So check them out at Groove Studios on their Instagram. Okay, reasonable prices, and they make sure that your project is top tier. You don't want to miss out on this, and you don't want to miss out on the podcast. Check us out on YouTube. Why Not Us, the podcast? And I'm out. Peace.
Keep them on the toes like a battery.
So let me ask you something. What's your mountaintop? Like, I really want to know. Like, here's the thing.
Arbitrary question. Help me understand what you mean.
Let me answer the question first, okay? So I really want right now. I feel like there's many mountaintops, right? But the one that I want to get to next is I want to drop an album.
Ooh, I would like to as well.
That's fine.
Right? Like preferably a mixtape, but it doesn't have to
Yeah, or a mixtape, EP,
something.
But when I say, I feel like albums are more serious. They're more thought out. Like the first song has a connection to the second song.
The mixtape is what get them started.
Mixtape is like, give me Lil Wayne beat and I'm gonna just slide on it. But yeah, so that's my next mountaintop. Like I really wanna drop an album, and I want the album to take me to a place where I can at least have conversations with people that I want to work with, like the J. Cole's of the world and Big Sean's and Lil Dread, who I've been wanting to work with for the longest.
So your definition of a mountaintop is a goal, a lofty goal, rather. And not lofty in the sense that it's unattainable, but just a big goal of yours, the next big goal that you have.
The next big goal. The next big goal.
Wow. You know, I think asking me that question made me realize I don't think I'm thinking big enough. Because if you just ask me what's the next big goal that I'd like to accomplish is, well, I think every semester is big. I'm a present person. I'm a present-minded, mindfulness-based kind of person. I win the day so I can win the year.
Got you.
Well, win the day, win the week, win the month, win the semester, win the year.
Yes.
So it's hard for me to think so far down the line.
Yeah.
I mean, I know one of the biggest goals I have since I am in grad school to become a therapist is to graduate and with the 4.0 that I have. So I'm already starting my second year. I still have it. I'm trying to keep it. But your question makes me realize I'm not thinking big enough. And something I started to kind of ruminate on, another SAT word out there for you motherfuckers, is the fact that I just don't think I'm setting big enough goals. Like, I want to be monetized on YouTube, that I would love to have thousands of subscribers. I would love to get free things, but I don't know that I've really thought big. I think there's times where I believe I could be famous one day. I'm gonna be friends with like Ari Lennox and J. Cole and them. I'm gonna be friends with them one day. Like, they gonna like me, they gonna know me. I say these things, but I don't really think I really move in those things. And I think I'm missing some of that audacity, but I'm really ready to make the shift and start acting like I believe what I feel in my heart, what I don't say out loud.
I think what happens next though is once you realize that because it's gonna take time for that plan to formulate, but that has to happen first. Like, the idea has to happen first, and then you have to confirm, make it concrete, and then what some people try to do, and this is what I've tried to do initially, like a long time ago, is I would come up with the idea and try to formulate that plan at that exact moment. And it doesn't work like that because mentally you don't have the mental resources, if that makes sense. Like, it's just an idea. It's the same as saying, I want to, like, if I confirm this right now, I want to build a skyscraper, right? And I want to do it. It's going to happen. This is the way I move. It's going to happen. This is what I want to do. It's going to happen.
No questions.
But I know right now, I'm also conscious of the fact that I don't have the resources for it, like, to make it happen. So that has to come next. Like, I have to do the education for it. I have to gain the knowledge to do it, and then put a plan together. I think but The Rock did say on air that if he had a chance, he would run for president, right? But then he tells everyone that what comes next is the work. Like, you have to you have to understand what that means and the type of work that needs to happen to make that happen. And it's the same thing with that idea. Like it's not going to happen. The idea for it, the plan for it is not going to happen in one moment. And you have to be fine with waiting for it to come together.
But before all that happens, you really got to have the nerve to believe in the damn idea in the first place.
The audacity.
Yeah.
You have to.
Because I think you say something's finna happen, I'd be like, it'll be cool if that happened.
Yeah.
And then I'll and then I'll be like, back to my regularly scheduled programming.
But then how do you even have the audacity to even?
I think, well, not to cut you off, but I think that's audacity to even dream. Like to say it could happen. Yeah. And really that's a part of manifesting. If you add intention and emotion, like an intense level of emotion behind that, that's part of
that's the audacity,
law of attraction. To say like, damn, I see myself in this space and have an emotional attachment to it, and then let it go, and then it just happens. It just shows up.
So, but what gives you the energy to have the audacity? Like once you say, because you're telling yourself, this is what I want to do, right? And then you have the audacity to say it's going to happen.
I think.
Right?
I
is
think
that a piece? Is that you being naive, or is it?
I think that's your confidence. And I think if you have a lot of insecurity issues and self-esteem issues, it's going to be hard to follow that dream up with that energy of audacity to even start making that dream happen. And I think that's why a lot of the things in my head lie dormant, because I'll be like, that'd be cute. Anyways.
So confidence is a key aspect.
Absolutely.
To having the audacity to do the thing that you want to do.
Absolutely. I'm not going to hold you. I've always known I was a good writer. That was something, you ain't got to see me on that. Like, you can challenge me all you want, but I'm going to write a good book. I've known that from second grade. I've been affirmed from then. Now, would I try to go walk in a pageant? I'm just now affirming myself. I'm being for real. I'm just now trying to tell myself I'm beautiful. I can walk in that. I wouldn't be confident doing that, but I know my lane. So I had the audacity to release a book. I don't have the audacity to step out and be like, let me go try and be an actress. Let me go try and do comedy. I wouldn't do that shit.
That's the hardest shit in the world to do.
Yeah, I'm straight off.
Yeah, it's a challenge. I've done stand-up twice.
You've done stand-up?
Yeah.
You audacious.
Absolutely.
You've done stand-up?
He wasn't lying when he said he was
multi-hyphenated.
To me, that is the hardest art to even to think about doing. Like
you saw me outside the elevator.
Yeah, that was first of all, that was amazing.
She's naturally funny.
Yes, you're naturally funny. That was amazing. So
like if you formulate it and put it into like some type of storyline, you'll have everybody rolling for real.
For our viewers who don't know, it's an inside joke.
Yeah.
So we were at the elevator and then something happened and she told a joke to the people on the elevator and I thought it was extremely funny.
The door, you just tell them the whole joke.
Go ahead.
Basically, the door was about, we were going to get on. When the door opens, you realize there's too many motherfuckers on there, so you don't get on. And, he was like, we'll take the next one. And the door was still open, so I was like, COVID, am I right? And then the door slowly closed. You really set me up for that. And this is probably why, I just uncovered another aspect of, dream chasing, goal attainment that's really important when it comes to audacity. Yeah. You can't be sensitive.
You really can't. You really can't. It's not going to work.
I'm sensitive. So I'm not going to hold you. Like, I think the one thing about this book, if I'm being completely honest, is that we didn't have a professional editor and we rushed the editing process. So honestly, there's a lot of typos in there and I kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but I'm not a perfectionist. So I don't give a fuck. And a lot of people didn't give a fuck. And it's not like they were like, oh, there were a lot of errors in here. They just really like the story. Right. But I'm sensitive. And I think that's another aspect of dream chasing. You have to have tough skin. You have to be ready to take criticism that may come your way. Yeah. Like how that guy was like, that's not going to really work. You had to be strong enough, confident enough, and also just sure enough that it's like, all right, I'm gonna do it anyway.
And also conscious of enough to know when to be sensitive, like when to be able to, because there's value in being sensitive, right?
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's value in being sensitive. You just have to know when to do it. I have currently my okay, I'm gonna say it. Currently, the company that I work for, I have a regional manager who is very blunt. Like she is like. But
damn.
But
she's honest though.
she's honest, and it's so good. It's so healthy. Like this is how I feel. If you can take the absolute value of someone's conversation,
Absolute value. I remember that.
right?
That's in school.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and just strip the.
Because absolute value, you put a negative value inside them
But
bars,
you only count the
it's still
quantity.
positive.
Exactly. You only count. So for those who don't understand what absolute value
They went
is,
to private school.
I just paid attention.
Oh, y'all paid attention. I was asleep.
I was actually I was a civil engineer major before I transferred over to sociology. So only reason.
But that's how it always starts. I should know. I'm an advisor.
Yeah. Right. But the only reason I changed over is because I wanted to play football. But that's another story for another episode. Yeah. I know it's really fucked up.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I got some words.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure everyone that's following knows what absolute value is. But for those who don't know, in math, in the context of math,
For those who don't know.
yes,
of
even if you're moving towards a negative value, absolute value counts the quantity, not the direction, right? So if the number is -3, the absolute value of -3 is just 3. It's just 3. So
It's coming back. It's coming back.
So sometimes her approach or her delivery can be very negative. But if you take the absolute value of it and just listen to the content of what she's saying, it's extremely helpful. So
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah. So it's in that specific situation, and in most situations when someone is being harsh to you, I try not to be sensitive and just listen to what they're saying. And if it's beneficial to me, I take it, I use it, and then after using it, later on, I tell them, maybe you can deliver that a little different.
Right. Especially when you know the source that it's coming from.
Exactly.
Like, is it their intention to tear me down, or is
Exactly.
it their intention to uplift me
Yeah.
and make me better?
Yeah, you have to be able to look at the person and say, this person, although they are being very disrespectful at the moment, that's not what they want to do. They want to make sure that I'm better. I'm doing better. So I'll take the criticism as is right now. And then later on, I'll apply it now, and then later on I'll let them know that it was a little harsh. So
At the end of the day, what I took from what you just said is don't take things personally.
don't take things personally.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
And that's something I've been working on. And it's helped quite a bit. Even in traffic, someone cut you off and you just ready to go off.
Fucking hate you. What are you doing, idiot?
But it's it wasn't even about you. They got to pee. That's why they did that.
Yeah, or somebody pregnant, someone got shot.
Yeah, taking a piss and
that's how I always. Did I go too far?
Somebody being shot or about to have a baby on Peachtree.
Was that too dark?
It's kind of intense, bro.
I mean, that's how I see it. Like if I'm in traffic and someone cuts me off, I'm like, someone must have died.
Everyone responds and acts from their own perspective. It's always about them, never about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing about, and that's in the 4 agreements. Don't take anything personal, right? Isn't that the 4 agreements? Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It was such a good book, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
very good book.
Do you remember the other?
No, I don't. I know one of them is be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personal, because I can go back to that one because I already said it. I was hoping that to give me time to think of another one.
The other. I'll give you one and then see if you can come up with the last one.
Okay,
So
let's see.
give me those 2.
All right, so it's be impeccable with your word.
That's 1.
Don't take anything personal.
That's 2. And you don't have a third one right now.
Of course not.
Okay, so the third one is to never make assumptions.
That is true.
So
that is true.
There's also, once again, because I find value in everything. There's value in making assumptions, but you have to know when to do that. Initially, if you don't know a person or don't know a situation, you should never make assumptions. You should always gather information before.
Is that a corduroy hat?
Yeah, man. You know how I do things, man. You know how we do.
I didn't want to assume.
Yeah, of course it is, man.
You know what?
You know how.
And the 4th agreement, not just because I remembered, but because I Googled it, because it's 2021, is always do your best.
Always do your best.
Which at the end of the day, hopefully you take that gem and you apply it, because you're writing that just give it your best, and that should be enough. Because I already know, I'm rereading my book to work on the second one, and I'm already like, oh my God, I would have wrote that so much better.
Listen,
it's already dope.
Can I tell you something, Dolce?
You can tell me a couple things.
Listen, and this is why I have a huge.
You about to propose?
I think he is.
I have a huge appreciation for you, and you got a fucking book.
Yeah, it's fire, and it has a great
It's
cover.
a fucking book sitting next to you.
You did the cover. Wow, that's fire.
You really mean that?
No, I mean that shit.
You're not just saying it for the
I said it. Did I not say that when she was not
Yeah,
here?
he did.
Yeah.
And there's I'm pretty sure there's people watching and they're saying it's just a fucking book. Do you have a fucking book sitting on your shelf?
No.
You don't.
Not
you
that they
do
wrote.
not have a book.
You know what I will say? When
know,
it comes
it's-
to dream chasing, you know how like I feel like this is a quote amongst the fellas, but it's like, you know, chase that paper, the bitch is gonna come anyway, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like there's the reason they say that is because that kind of props you guys up. I'm not gonna hold you. Like in dating, when I tell people, yeah, I wrote a book, they're like, oh shit, hot shit. And I'm like,
I bet. Yes.
Yeah. It adds a little bit more value,
An
more
author.
appeal.
I
You're a
get
whole
so just
author.
imagine like say you're in a relationship with a dude, right? And he's talking to his homies, be like, yeah, man, she wrote a book. I'd be like, an author? You
Yeah.
dating an author? That's amazing. It's amazing. But also
Yeah.
it's just amazing for yourself because it's not a thing right now. Like at this, stage, this journey, like this part of your journey, it's not common.
you know, more importantly, it's not a bullshit ass book.
Right.
It's a book that addresses coming to terms with your bullshit and your traumas and your bad habits and honestly addressing mental health in the Black community, which we don't do enough.
Right.
And it's not, and the reason why it's called a life story is yes, there's elements of love in there. You're going to hear a lot about some relationships, some messiness, some drama, some shit, but it's about life because, she's at a fork in the road with her career. She's dealing with shit with her mom. She's dealing with some shit in her love life. She's dealing with some shit with her own insecurities. And it's like, this is a book that I hope really wakes people up in a way, especially because there's a lot of themes in there. There's some themes about loss and shit. So I didn't just write a book because that's already dope in and of itself, but I wrote a book that should leave people feeling some kind of way.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, she called me, and your friends, they're supposed to be like, oh yeah, get her book, it's good. Like she called me with tears in her eyes, and she was like, what the fuck? And I was like, and so I feel like do what makes you feel alive. Like I like the fact that we're here, like why not us for real? Because like this is some shit right here.
Yeah.
Like like that dash in between the tombstone, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna probably say this like every time we record, but like I wanna, if I could look back at my life at the end of it, I wanna be like, did that shit.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that shit. And it's like fuck what comes of it. I mean, of course we're gonna shoot for the fucking stars and beyond and whatnot. But wherever we land, it's the fact that we shot when a lot of people they still sitting with a loaded clip.
Exactly.
Scared.
Exactly.
You don't wanna
Exactly.
see me in the booth, the truth.
That was amazing. I'm saying this, and I would say it off the air to your face. I would text it to you like I am truly inspired by you. You
Absolutely.
the second best writer I've ever met. Twan being the third.
Who's the first best writer?
Come on.
Oh my God, this nigga.
Come on now. Yeah.
Talk about himself.
He is.
You know the answer
We
to that.
can't verify that until you drop your